Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Pisces August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, well, as far as August goes, Venus will be in Virgo from the 21st until the 31st. So at this time for Pisces, the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So the thing about this is this could be about a manifest a number of ways. It could be about a lot of frugal spending on partnership situations, relationships, maybe even court costs, legalities, and also about valuing punctuality, dependability, reliability, and even hard work in industry in matters where you're collaborating with something with others in general. It could just be also in partnership situations, matters with the significant other if applicable. And also too, if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics, and it could be something that could lead to a significant other marriage situation. And also too, really at this time about valuing seeing the details in open adversaries at this time as well, and also in legal matters too. So I think anyway, next thing up. Well, Mars will be in Leo as far as August goes from the 1st until the 18th. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, Mars could be about headaches. It could be about, maybe it's a headache for some of you out there, maybe dealing with overly overbearing, domineering, egotistical coworkers, people prominent in your daily routine, maybe an aunt or an uncle even. The situation with an aunt or uncle may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. Could be a lot boisterous, very loud, vociferous arguments at this time. And also, if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Leo, sun, moon, or ascendant person. Could be for a sexual liaison, and it could be somebody that may be prominent in your daily routine, your health life, your place of employment, someone you may have rendered service to. Could also be somebody maybe in a 6th house type profession, such as like diet, nutrition, or fitness, anything 6th house related. So anyway, could also be at this time too where you really it's about putting a lot of energy, maybe that near inexorable Leo energy, into your daily routine, into health, fitness related matters, working out vigorously, providing service for others. But remember, Pisces, at this time, that you don't have that real being Pisces, you don't really have that really strong, vigorous energy like Leo actually has. So it's a little bit of a conflict. So just be very careful at this time. And there might be also more propensity for accidents at your place of employment and at work. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Mars will be in Virgo as far as August goes from the 18th until the 31st. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be about where the situation with significant other, a marriage partner, others in general, a grandmother even might be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. It could be over a lot of criticizing, derogatory remarks, matters with hygiene and health. It could also be where at this time as well, even matters with open adversaries might be a little bit more combative, more so than usual. It's like another way this may manifest, if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Virgo, sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. It could be a significant other situation, a marriage partner. It could be very something that might it could be somebody in a 7th house profession. It could be somebody that might be like an attorney or paralegal or bailiff or somebody in negotiation. Anything that could be 7th house related. Could also be about putting a lot of energy into really maybe analyzing 7th house people, such as open adversaries or enemies, and really doing maybe even energy into like Virgo-like competition, such as doing something um, like something cerebral like chess or Sudoku, advanced Sudoku puzzles, something like Tetris, anything that could really be challenging the mind and something that you really like to analyze, perhaps. So anyway, things connected with analysis, I should say. But anyway, next thing up. Well, Jupiter um, will be in Sagittarius still, so at this time, the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, for Pisces, well, matters with your career at this time, your livelihood, maybe it could be very fortuitous for you. It could be something too where it could also, when you're talking about Jupiter in astrology, as I've stated in previous videos, it could be very paradoxical, it could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. In a lot of cases, this could expand and enlarge foolhardy, reckless, over-optimistic, over-enthusiastic behavior, even perhaps from the dominant parent, which is often the father, authority figures, people prominent in your career. It could also be in matters with yourself and your interactions with these people, and even maybe in matters trying to climb really attain greater social status or attain some kind of recognition or notoriety or position of authority. Could also be at this time as well. Another way this may manifest, this could also be about very fortuitous for a Sagittarius type career. It could be doing something like with sports or religion, the law, advertising, publishing, translation, something working with horses, stables, anything that could be Sagittarius related. It could also be very auspicious for attaining a little greater stature in life at this time and attaining notoriety, recognition, matters with the dominant parent, which is often the father. So anyway, next thing up, Saturn will be in Capricorn still. So at this time, the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Pisces, well, you might be experiencing some restrictions and limitations in group-related matters with friends, despondency in connection with them. Could also, on the positive end, it could be about gaining structure and discipline in your goals, your aspirations, and also too, you might be feel a little bit restricted at this time, perhaps in obtaining money from a business, if that is actually if you actually are in a if you have your own business at this time, and also too. Some cases, this could be about taking care of a sickly or debilitated friend, acquaintance, a stepchild. It could be something Capricorn, a sickly, debilitated stepchild, friend, or acquaintance. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, the hamstrings, or joints. It may be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. And at the same time, too, this could also be about attaining responsibility for your 11th house matters, going toward your future at this time, Pisces, and also with your goals, your aspirations. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Uranus will still be in Taurus, so the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, one way this may manifest, this could be about getting very spontaneous ideas that come very quickly, come very extemporaneously. It could be where you're communicating more about Uranus type things at this time. It could be matters like with electronics, computers, the future in general, innovation, new concepts, new ideas, aerospace, and you might be experiencing more ingenuity in your thoughts at this time. It might even be maybe formulating ingenious ways to make money. So given that we're talking about Taurus energy, this could also be, in some cases, it may manifest in dealing with rather stubborn, unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from siblings, from cousins, with neighbors at this time. You might be dealing with a lot of unpredictable things that are happening in connection with your short journeys, your local transportation at this time. And it could be that Uranus people in general might be more prominent in your day-to-day communications. It could be people that are in astrology or in astronomy, innovators, people that are in aerospace, computers, electronics, anything that could be Uranus related. Next thing up. Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, one way this may manifest, you might come across even a little bit more nebulous and unclear, more so than usual, Pisces. This could be about the dissipation or dissolving of the actual vitality. And you might feel just in general more about being more lethargic, even more so than you usually may be. And a lot of this could be predicated and dependent on aspects this makes to points in your chart. Say if this makes an adverse aspect to your natal Sun or your Mars even, this could really increase that propensity for that, and you might just generally just feel like more daydreaming and fantasizing as opposed to actually moving the body and actually doing things just in general. And even or with new beginnings as an example, since the first house is connected with that. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that. Back on, but anyway. And also, too, on a positive note, this could manifest in Neptune like new beginnings. It could be doing something with poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, the metaphysical, which includes astrology, anything that could be Neptune related. But at the same time, this could also be about, the first house is the early childhood. Could be people prominent in your early childhood. You need to be careful. They might be a little bit more deceptive and duplicitous, more so than usual, more nebulous and unclear than usual. And also, too, that you might be coming into contact more so with Neptune people at this time, such as people in the metaphysical, which includes astrology. It could be chemists, people in photography, spiritualists, any people that are involved in poetry and dancing, anything Neptune related. Last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but of course I'm going to anyway. In some cases, this could be about the actual or literal death of a stepchild. It could be a friend, an acquaintance, somebody that's prominent in some group, club, or organization you may belong to. Could also be about maybe the transformation of some kind in terms of your, it could be your aspirations, your goals. It could also be dealing with power struggles and upheavals with stepchildren, with friends, with acquaintances at this time. But a positive note, this could also manifest in Plutonian type aspirations and goals. It could be trying to become perhaps somebody that's doing something with the occult, supernatural, such as maybe astrology, or something with recycling, insurance, something with transformation, such as rebuilding vehicles, anything that could be Plutonian related, even being a nuclear physicist, something with nuclear energy. Those are some ways that this may manifest at this time. And anyway, and also, too, when you're talking about Plutonian energy, it could be about the obliteration and figurative death of things. It could be something where you might be actually losing. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual literal death. It could be a lot of endings in connection with your friends, your acquaintances, even a stepchild in some cases, or people that that are prominent in some group, club, or organization. But at the same time, Pluto is about rebirth and regeneration. It could also be about the rebirth and revival of these connections with these people if they do dissolve, if they do end at some point, or they could be supplanted at the same time. So anyway. And also, Pluto energy a lot of times seems like it could be about where the area and where you're in life, where depending on what house it's at, it's about where you might expect some kind of infallibility from, and could be you might be expecting really flawless energy, perhaps from stepchildren, if applicable, friends and acquaintances at this time. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Pisces August 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Aries September 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.